23 years ago, this little floppy-eared dog was born to help educate children on how to take better care of their pets. The show was called Pet Corner, and although it didn't last long, the little dog went on to become a star of a kiddie cartoon program. Somewhere along the line, he picked up a partner named Duane Ellett. Can you guess this dog's name? Sure you can. It's Floppy.
A dog?
Aren't you a dog, Floppy?
Yeah. A dog.
Uh-huh.
A D-O-G.
Gee, I didn't know that.
You didn't know you were a dog?
I didn't know that. Are you sure?
You look like a dog.
Oh,
What did you think you were?
a little kid.
Oh, boy.
So there you go.
You have an education coming to you, I'll tell you.
Whatever he is, Floppy is full of magic. Every weekday at noon and at 3:30 in the afternoon, Floppy's there to let all the kids know
Okay, here we
that he
go
loves
now.
them.
Sore head.
Okay, here we go now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's loud. Woo! Meaning that we have a great cartoon coming up that starts like this.
Uh-huh.
But we found out that kids aren't the only ones who love Floppy. Last year, these students at Iowa State University were having a dance marathon for muscular dystrophy, and Floppy was their keynote speaker.
Here we go. Here we go, kids. 1, 2, 3.
Floppy has a loyal following, and I don't know why it is, but it's particularly evident at ISU. He has loyal following at Drake and at Grinnell and at Simpson, but the ISU kids are nuts. They really go for Floppy, and so we have we're up at the ISU campus probably 4 or 5 times a year, and we have them on the Floppy show right here in the studio to publicize various campus events that are taking place.
If you're familiar with Floppy or watch it at all, you'll already know that besides being entertaining, he's also educational. The noon show provides a forum for public events happening in central Iowa, and the 3:30 show contains educational vignettes to help stimulate some of the younger minds in the audience.
A, B, C, D, E perform so valiantly. I really think a fanfare is in order. F, G, H, I, J are known as A-OK and thought of kindly here and cross the border. K, L, M, N, O, they always seem to know just exactly when they will be needed. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, 2, but Z is very seldom needed. Too bad.
It's a well-known fact that Floppy hates cats, but he loves little kids. And little kids love Floppy, making him the most popular cartoon host in Iowa. But there have been some disparaging comments made about the cartoons.
People occasionally say, why don't you get some new cartoons?
What do you say?
I say it's much cheaper for us to keep running the same old cartoons and having new children come along. Much more economical for us.
But it seems people watch no matter what their age, or how many times they've seen those cartoons, because making people smile and laugh are what Duane and Floppy are all about. Along with his sidekick Floppy, Duane visits several hospitals here in central Iowa every year, and one of his most touching moments came on one of those visits.
He had fallen into a campfire when he was about 15 months old. As of that date, he had never said anything, had never smiled, had never laughed. And we did not know that when we visited pediatrics at the hospital. But I get a little misty when I think about it right now. But I noticed that this little kid did indeed laugh. He said Floppy. He smiled a lot. And the nurses started crying. that started running for doctors, and I tried to figure out what was happening. I thought, what did we do wrong? And they told me the story later, that the child had never shown any emotion to speak of at all until that day the Floppy visited him at the Mercy Hospital.
Duane and Floppy have been together as a team for a long time, and because most comedy teams seem to eventually split up, we finally had to ask them if they thought there was any chance that they might go their separate ways sometime in the near future.
Well, I don't know.
I think he realizes that I know what you like.
Yeah, chocolate cake.
I have a recipe for chocolate cake that he cannot resist, and he will eat chocolate cake day after day after day. So you would never leave me, would you?
I ain't saying.
Okay.
This little floppy-eared dog and his sidekick Duane have come a long way in the past 23 years, but perhaps more importantly, we've all come a long way with Duane and Floppy.